talk about accident optional actions, right? Optional actions. Basically, when we go to this accidental claim and see, uh, after submission stage, is it moving to vehicle damage automatically? And from vehicle damage to bodily injury, is it moving automatically? Yes. And
Yes.
also to the fourth stage. So these are all are done automatically. Even if there is a manager approval, and if we are rejecting it, automatically is going back to this particular thing. That means we configure it, and whenever something is happening based upon the hit, it is going automatically. But there
Okay.
might be certain situations where you want intentionally to go back to certain place.
Okay.
Okay, so that means user want to means user, it should not be a automatic action, it should be a user action. Means user is willing to do something, so we are giving an option for him to do that. Yeah, it's a user choice. Whether user is doing in one step or multiple steps, we don't bother. But if we are giving a choice to the user to go and do something and come back to the same place, for example, you are in third stage. You are in the third stage and at confirm claim details, you are giving an opportunity to user to go back here, complete it and come back here.
Okay.
And you're not going again after this, it will not go to this place and all those things, but again it will come back where you have left, where the step has been left. Okay, so
Okay.
in such a way, if you use, then we call those actions as optional actions. For example,
Okay.
you're filling a data, claims data, you're filling the data. Okay, at any
Okay.
point of time, you want to understand what are all the benefits by taking some other claims. Okay, first you
Okay.
have selected one claim and you are going through that particular claim, everything is been explained and everything is done, but at a certain stage you want to also know about the another claim. Okay, choice of that claim is at somewhere, and the details of that particular claim are somewhere in some other step which you already crossed, which you have already completed. Then how do you move to that place? Even if you move and if you understood the all the data, it should not again talk about this all data, it should again jump back to the same step where you have left. So this type of requirement, how do you do it in Pega? Means using optional action. That is one thing. And next one is, you are writing, you are filling all the application for the claim, you are all filling the data of details about claim application and all these things, and it might be claim, it might be insurance. In between, you are asking, I forgot to give nominee details. So do you go back again, do that all? Means no. What we do is we give an option to the user to select nominee details at any point of time. Whether he is in first stage, second stage, or third stage, he can give nominee details at any point of time. Okay, so user is selecting nominee details. For suppose user has given all the details and now you are at this particular place and you understood that you have given a wrong mobile number. Mobile number was wrong. Then what you do?
Yeah.
Whatever the entire thing you have done is waste? Means no, because we give an option to the user to update his mobile number, and whenever he updates it, after submitting, he'll come back to the same step. Right, so that is one example. And next one is, whenever you buy a product in Amazon, after payments there will be a chance of cancellation also. You might not show the cancellation in the happy path, but you might be giving an option, do you want to cancel at some place? So what user will do is, user will select that particular cancel item and yes, your item will be cancelled. So that means you're giving an option to the user to do it. And whether that is an automatic option means no, it's a manual, means user has to find out it and user have to select it, then only that will work. If not, it won't work. That is called as optional actions. Optional actions are user actions. They are not automatic, they are manual. Okay, whenever
Okay.
user want to give certain input or do that, then we go for optional actions. Optional actions are of two types. Number one, optional user actions. Number two, optional process. So let us first discuss about optional user actions. Optional user actions are single screen actions. What do you mean by single screen? That means one step. What do you mean by one step? That means one flow action. It's a rule. One flow action is a rule.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll discuss about flow action later, but we understand that user actions are single screen actions and one step or one flow actions. You can also write user actions are also called local actions. User actions, local actions. These are all are same, even though it is if you use somewhere else, it is called as flow action. If you use somewhere else, it is called as user action. If you use somewhere else, it will be called as local action. But everything is only one rule. And that rule name is called as flow action rule. We don't have user action rule and local action rules. We have only
Okay.
one rule called as flow action, but based upon the usage, it will be changed to user actions or local actions. Okay. When you apply user actions, what happens is you will come back to the step where you left. These are configured on case life cycle. Okay, so shall we see this? Yes. So this is case life cycle we call. In this, if you see here, there is an optional actions, right?
Okay.
So click on this. So you have two ways again here. When I'm saying there are two types of optional actions, but to configure them, there are two ways. You can configure in two ways. Okay. One is case wide, one is stage only actions. You can write there in your PPT saying that to configure optional actions, yeah, optional actions are configured in two ways. Number one is entire case or case wide. Second one is stage. Okay, one is case wide and next one is stage. What happens if you configure it on case wide? Whenever you configure it in case wide, your action will be shown in the entire case transaction. For all the steps, it will show. But if you configure for a stage, it will be shown only for one stage, only for that particular stage. And if you move from out of that particular stage, you can't see that particular action. Right. So let's see that. Let's see configure and we'll check. Go back to the thing. Yeah. So what do you want to configure, whether stage wide or case wide? By default, Pega gives you these two case wide actions. Can you run the case one second, one time? Can you run the case? See, even you can run a case through create in Dev Studio. Can you see in the actions, you see edit details and change stage. Case wide actions. Okay. They are by default provided by your Pega. So let us add a action. So what type of action you want to add, it will show you. Whether you want to create a new one, if you want to create a new one, you have to add with collect information. So if you are adding one step means that becomes what? It becomes a local action or a flow action or user action. So we are now looking on optional user action, right? So let us add one collect information. If you have already user actions available, That means if you have already flow actions available, you can click on this more and click on user actions. Can you see
Okay.
these are all are available things? See, your collect applicant details has also come here. See, collect applicant details was there, which we created actually, that flow action.
Okay.
How did you know that it is created? Means go to life cycle. See, collect applicant details is there, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you clicked on configure view, and these all things have happened. I mean, this one is there, right? Okay. So let me ask a question and response to that. So here you need to understand what is a flow action actually. Okay. A flow action is used to display the UI. Okay. What is a flow action? A flow action is used to display the UI. So if you want to display anything on the screen, then which rule you should be there? UI, this flow action rule should be there with you. And if you're saying that you're displaying the UI, then you need to design the UI, right or not? So who is going to design the UI? Means section rule is used to design the UI. This is UI actually. Applicant details, temporary, these all things are UI actually. In that UI, we are designing these fields. Okay. If you look into this case, so we designed this applicant
Yeah.
details, we designed temporary, we
Yeah.
designed that design. Which rule is responsible to design this? Means section rule is responsible to design this UI. Okay. Whenever you create a step and click on configure view, what is actually happening in the backend is important.
Okay.
So view means what? Form, right? When I say form will have details like this, yes or no? So whenever you create a step and click on configure view and add fields, in the backend, Pega is creating you two rules actually. For this step, it creates two rules. What are those rules? Means one is flow action rule and second one is section rule. What is flow action rule? A flow action rule is used to display the UI. So whenever you want to display something, then which rule should be there? Means flow action should be there. Okay. But tell me, whenever you want to display something, that UI should have some elements, right or not? Then who is designing those elements? It should be left hand side, it should be right hand side, it should be in the center, or say aligned left, right. These all things are there. So many things will be there to showcase one UI, right or not? So some rule is responsible to showcase, but inside whatever the content you want to show, that is taken care by another rule. Inside the, like for example, applicant details, temporary address, permanent address, these are all properly stacked, right? They are properly stacked like this, they are stacked. Here it is stacked,
Okay.
here it is stacked.
Yeah.
So who is doing this all? Means another rule is doing, and that rule name is called as section. What is the purpose of section? Means section purpose is to design the UI. So two things are there. One is designing the UI and next one is displaying the UI. Without a section, there is no flow action. Do you are getting the point, right? So what am I doing here? Designing or displaying? So which rule is responsible now? To showcase that, what I need actually? To show, I need another rule, that is what we call as flow action. So now I want to do something, like I want to add something over there to showcase to the user. Now tell me, to showcase what I want flow action or not? Do I have any user action which is already there? Means no, I don't have. So what I should do? I should create a new one. Okay, I will create a new one by just selecting the collect information. Okay, and you can write here. Can you see here? Case wide local action.
Yeah.
Yeah, just delete that and write update mobile number. Can you see the same configure view is there here also? So add field. You can add field from there or you can add from here. So I'm adding phone number over there. Just saving this. So which rule is created in the backend now? So phone number, can you give phone number over here? Like for example, I have given phone number like
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Now you thought that the phone number which you have given is a wrong one. Can you go back now? Yeah, you can't, right? We can't go, right? So again, what you do? Again, you'll create a new case so that you'll give a proper mobile number. Assume that you are in third stage. Okay, so you felt that mobile number is false. Now you are in which stage? Third stage. Now if you go back here in the collect applicant details, again you have to do all these things, yes or no? Even
Yeah.
if there is a chance, even if there is a hope that you can go back, yes, you can go back to submission. But what happens is you will go back to submission, again you'll complete vehicle damage, you will complete this confirm vehicle and this manager approval, again you'll come back to this. That is, like it's ridiculous. Like you don't want to waste time which you have already done. You want to do whatever the changes you have to you want, and you will just complete it and come back to the same place. So to do
Okay.
that, what we do is we use optional actions. Optional actions are of two types. One is optional user action and next one is optional process. Coming to the optional action is a single screen or one step one. So that's why if you see over here, we have done only one step. But to
Yeah.
configure optional actions, you have two ways. One is case wide and one is stage only.
Yeah.
If you create under case wide, this will be available till the case has been resolved. Create under this stage only vehicle damage or bodily injury, it will be available only for that particular stage, only for specific to that stage. If you will come out of that particular stage, then you won't see this update mobile number option. Okay, where do I see means you can just see here under actions. Can you see update mobile number? Where are you now in collect patient details? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me click on this. So this was a number which you have given. You want to change that. You can change. Can you change to what? 2 to 1? Submit. Can you see now we are again back to the collect patient details only. So you went here and directly jumped from there, or else you went somewhere else and you jump to this place. Okay,
Okay.
so let me advance this case. You are in same bodily injury. You are in same bodily injury. Let's see in
Mm-hmm.
actions. Can you see update mobile number?
Yeah.
Let's advance this case. You are in approval. Can you see again update mobile number? Approve it. You'll go back to the claims total amount. You are in this particular stage. Can you see update mobile number? So that what happened actually? Yes, you created optional user action, but as you created case wide, it is shown till the case is been completed. Can you see now update? You don't see, right?
Yeah.
Understood? Any doubts? So what we do now is, as I did in case wide, I'll delete this. We'll do it in the stage wise.
Okay.
Okay, now tell me, do we have any flow action for update mobile number? No, we removed from the workflow, but we didn't delete the rule. So should I go with collect information or should I go with more? Right. If I do this again, I'm creating one other rule. But if I do this, that means I'm reusing which is already available in user action.
Okay.
Can you see there is update mobile number? So just select that. Save. Okay. Let's create the case now. Yeah. Yeah. You're in the first stage. Don't submit.
Yeah.
You're in the first stage. Go and see in
Yeah.
action. You see update mobile number because you didn't configure it case wide. You configured for a stage, and that too you configure for bodily injury. That means until you reach bodily injury, your update mobile number flow action won't be seen or user option will not be seen. Okay. Can you please go to next? See, you're in second stage. Second stage approval is there. Can you click on action? We'll see update mobile number is available or not. See, update mobile number is not there. So click on approval. So you have to go to action. Whenever it is approval, you have to go to action.
Okay.
Now it's there. You have come back. No, approval will not be there. And you are in the vehicle damage. Yeah, click on approve. Finished. You got it. Now you are in bodily injury. Third stage. You got
Mm-hmm.
update mobile number or not? Yeah, just click on that. So updated, submitted. Go to actions. Can you see still update mobile number is available? Because we are in the third stage only, yes? click on advanced use case. You are still in third stage only. So it is
Yeah.
shown. Approve. Now you are in which stage? Yeah, you are in fourth stage. Fourth stage, your optional action is not available. Got it? Yeah. So that is what optional user action is. So whenever you say, if you say that it should appear at any point of time in my case, means how do you configure whether it is stage only or case wide? Configure. Yes, case wide. That is one CSA question. So now let's delete this. Let us add process now. Optional process.
Optional process.
Yeah, optional process is also the same. Okay, but what is the difference between optional process and optional action is optional action is only single step, but optional process is multiple steps, multiple screens. Whenever I say screen, there are multiple steps in it. Okay, now tell me, is this a process?
Yes.
This is this one?
Yeah.
Then when I say process, how many steps are there? Multiple or only one? Right. So same here in the optional actions. But the problem here is we are adding extra word called as optional. That's it, optional process. Configure here, then it becomes an optional process. So what optional process we shall configure? Okay. So let's nominee n. Yeah,
Okay.
nominee details. Yeah, here you write here. Collect nominee details. Collect relation, confirm relation. Okay, let's save this first. So you created one process. Okay, you created one process, whether it is a normal process or optional process, you don't bother, you created a process. Based upon the usage of the process, it might be a process or it might be an optional process. So as you used under optional actions, then that became what? Optional process. Clear? Is optional action a rule? Means no, it's not a rule. Optional action is just a name. It's a topic, but inside it, whatever you're creating becomes the rule. Yeah, process is a flow rule. So tell me, if in the life cycle, submission is what? Process, right?
Yeah.
That means in the back end, which rule it is creating?
Flow rule.
Right. Vehicle stay damage,
Flow rule.
bodily injury,
Flow rule.
and also claims fulfillment, flow rule.
Yeah.
Likewise, nominee details is also one flow rule. As you have used in the optional action, we say it as optional process. Process you call here process, but in the back end it creates which rule? Flow rule. Yeah, in the collect nominee details, let us collect the nominee details. Can you write here nominee details? Always fields should, first letter should be capital. You need to, yeah, it's a field group. So what is a class? What is a data type you have to use? Right. Is it a default one? Right. Submit. And the confirm relation will write the relation type. Take pick list. It's optional. Don't write read only.
Oh,
You have to. Yes. So it's a local and add the checklist. You want to drop down fields. Yeah. Local. Yeah. Why spouse? You would have written sibling. Okay. Spouse. Yeah. Children. Parent. Father. Mother. Okay. Submit. Save. Okay.
okay.
So let's save and run this case now. If you look, we are in the first stage, and in the action you can see under add work nominee details, right? You can give all these things. So you are still in the first step. Still you can see in their add work. So whenever it is a process, you see it in add work, right? So still you can see that. So you are in this stage, in this in the vehicle damage, in your second stage, and you can still see add work. Yes. So let us do the approval first. So I don't want to approve. Here I would like to take the nominee details.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see all the things have come now? Yeah, but now when I submit, will it go to the place where I left, or it will go to the next step? Here means it will go
It
to the
should
next step, which is of relation type. Why it is?
there were two
Because it's
steps.
a process,
It's a
multiple
process.
steps we have. Now if you
Mm.
submit, it will go to that approval step. Can you see
Okay.
approval again?
Yeah.
Right. Approve. Understood now what is
Yeah.
actually this all optional action and optional process? You can even add a new step here so that you want to discontinue itself here. You want to just close the case also, you can do that. Okay, that means you may not go back to the same step again. Got it? What I'm saying? Can you do this with user action? Means no, you can't, because user action is only single step. You should come back to the same step where you have left from. But
Yeah.
coming to the optional process, as it is having multiple steps, you can select a step where you can close that step at this particular point only, so that you will never go back to the stage or step where you have left.
Okay.
You can do that by using which step? Means using this changes to stage, select and specify that stage. So let's specify the stage as bodily injury. Okay. So let's see now. Save. Let's run this. Just give these numbers. So you're in the second stage. So now let's go to the, see, you are in the approval now. Let's see
Mm-hmm.
whether what happens if I do nominee details now. So now I went to optional process, submit this, submit. Let's see what happens now. See, your case has been resolved now. You can't go to any other place. So what happened now? Did you come back to the same step where you left? No, right? So whenever you
Okay.
configure optional process, you may or you may not come back to the step where you have left from. If it is optional user action, you will come back to the step where you have left. Right. So this is it is case wise. You can delete from here, and you can add this in one of the stage wise. Now tell me, do you want to create a new one or already available one? So next what I'll do, I'll just go to more process.
Process. Okay.
I can see here where is my
Now,
nominee details, select, that's it. Whatever you have created, that will come over here. And this process will be available only for which stage? Only to the vehicle stage. All right. So this is about optional actions